From the Mumbai studios of Republic TV, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Arnab Goswami on the debate at 10, powered by Softovac and Berger Paints.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Before I begin and go to our next debate, there is some absolutely fabulous news which is coming. According to the IMF projections 2022, India's growth has been pegged at 8.5% for 2022. The US is 5.2%, China is 5.6%, South Africa is 2.2%, the UK is 5%, and India, the next super economy, has been pegged at 8.5%, and we are only getting started. So we're going to react quickly to this news and go make that our third debate around 20 minutes from now. Now let's move on. On a day when our forces have eliminated 7 terrorists in Jammu and Kashmir and are going all out, Pakistan is getting nightmares. They're not just talking about Balakot, they're admitting we bombed them. They have admitted that we bombed them in Balakot. It's all happening. Take a look.
India is in no mood. We will not allow what happened in 2019.
मैं देश नहीं रुकने दूंगा. मैं देश नहीं झुकने दूंगा.
The response in Balakot to what happened in Pulwama in 2019 has been a watershed moment in Indian history, the day we entered and struck Pakistan at the heart of terror.
पाकिस्तान में हजारों मदरसे हैं. They just had to pick one मदरसा फायर. उसमें जो भी हमारे स्टूडेंट्स होते, तालिब इल्म होते, उनकी कैजुअलिटीज़ होती, तो उनके लिए झूठ को सच करना ऑन ग्राउंड आसान होता. जी हमने तो आप देखें, अब जो शहीद हुए बच्चे हैं या उसके जो स्टूडेंट्स हैं, वो उठ के तो नहीं बताएंगे जी हम तो बड़े पीसफुल शहरी थे. वो तो टेररिस्ट क्लेम करते.
That was the embarrassed Pakistan army back then, admitting India had bombed Balakot and that there were casualties. Look at these pictures that Republic exposed after we struck Balakot. Pictures of the terror camp, the mass graves, the ambulances caught on satellite imagery.
ये जो अटैक हुआ है सुबह, ये तकरीबन 4-5 किलोमीटर अंदर आए और उन्होंने बॉम्ब फेंका. और हमारी एयरफोर्स रेडी थी, क्योंकि रात का वक्त था, पता नहीं चला कि कितना नुकसान हुआ. सो दे वेटेड फॉर दैट, और अभी क्लियर डायरेक्शन मिल चुकी है.
The precision and detailing of our operation had taken Pakistan by surprise.
आपने जहाज गिराए क्यों?
जहाज इसलिए नहीं गिराए कि आपको मैंने सारा बताया कि पहली कॉम्बैट टीम कहाँ गई, दूसरी कहाँ गई. अब आप उसका जहाज अगर आई विश के उतने टाइम रहते, मैंने कहा कि जब पूरी हॉस्टिलिटीज़ ब्रेकआउट हों तो 100% एयर फोर्स आपकी इन एयर होती है.
For 2 years now, Pakistan has been in denial, but the truth has often slipped out. Listen to this, the ownership and the admission.
How he had taught Pakistan a lesson that they had jets had killed 350 terrorists. Complete lie, they had just killed about 10 trees of ours.
स्पीकर जनाब शाह महमूद कुरैशी साहब की टांगें कांप रही थी, कह रहे थे हिंदुस्तान हमला कर रहा है. हमने हिंदुस्तान को घुस के मारा है जनाब स्पीकर वहां पे.
Give us any evidence and we will hold those responsible. We will take them, but have them punish us. We will give them to India. Rather than giving us evidence, They bombed us.
For a country that has a global reputation for lying and being deceitful, the latest admission is revealing. Watch how Imran Khan admits and then quickly attempts a cover-up on casualties.
We kept saying that we will give us any evidence and we will hold those responsible. We will take them, but have them punish us, even give them to India. Rather than giving us evidence, they bombed us.
As our forces go all out in Kashmir to fight terror, the nightmare of Balakot is haunting Pakistan, whose Prime Minister is reminiscing the possibility of what his country is flirting with once again. Let's debate.
General Dhruv Kato, General Bakshi, Sardar R.P. Singh, Hamid Khan from Lahore, Brigadier Haris Nawaz from Karachi, Faraz Saeed from Lahore, Munid Hamid from Islamabad. They're crying. They say, General Katoch, they say, you know, Indians, they don't listen to us. We wanted to explain to them. We wanted to explain to them. But these Indians, they are so aggressive. They bombed us. They bombed the living daylights out of us. And they kept bombing us and kept bombing us, kept bombing us. And then he realizes at one point, General Katoch, that he said something that he shouldn't have said. So then he says, no. But fortunately, thank God, not too many people died. But they bombed us. They bombed us. I mean, Asif Ghafoor, is that his name? Ghafoor. This fellow Ghafoor said at that time that there was no bombing. Imran Khan says Indians bombed us. Ghafoor says this is false. Imran Khan says no, the Indians were bombing us. Ghafoor says February 2019, this was fabricated, there's been no airstrike. Imran Khan says no, there was an airstrike. We told them not to bomb us, but they bombed us. What's going on? What's going on, General Katoch? What is going on here?
Thank you, Arnab. I think you see, Balakot now, it has been quite some time. And I think the lesson should have been driven home to the Pakistanis that terror has got a limited shelf life. Now, post Pulwama, we carried out Balakot, and since then, there has been no major terror strike which has been inspired by the Pakistani deep state. But I think the time has come now, with the way Pakistan is once again attempting to send terrorists into India, to ratchet up the heat. Because otherwise, this country will not learn. And India is not going to stay bogged down by terrorism, which is coming from across the border. So I think it is high time now to give another message post-Balakot. They can tell another lies. They can continue. Because I still remember them saying, one Indian soldier crosses the line of control and we will use the nuclear bomb. Well, do it. Do it. If you have to use it, do it. Stop threatening. And then you see the consequences.
I'd say also this, General Katoch, I feel bad for the Pakistanis. Genuinely, I do. You know, my heart goes out to them. We just got this fantastic breaking news, General Bakshi. Brilliant news. IMF released its global projections. And guess what? India is projected 8.5% plus. We're going to be the world's fastest growing economy in 2022, leading a global revival. You know, we are double the pace of any other country. And can you imagine how great that is going to be for the Indian economy? And while this is happening, General Bakshi, I can't help but look over the other side and say, you know, with 200 Pakistani rupees equaling $1, they're in a frightful state. They're in a really bad shape, General Bakshi. So their Prime Minister is going around saying, you know, they bombed us. We could have hit back. We are a nuclear power. We can do anything we want. We chose not to do it. Give us some money. You're not going to get any money. You're a broke, bankrupt, utterly shameless nation. So don't go around crying that the Indians bombed you. Don't go around crying you got bombed. Jal Bakshi, should they go around crying that we bombed them?
Arnab,
Which self-respecting country talks like this?
Arnab, the fact is,
Yeah, Jal
Pakistan
Bakshi.
is a pariah state. Pakistan is making a joke of itself. No, you are sir, can I kindly finish? Pakistan is making a joke of itself, and I think what Paul Kennedy said will absolutely come to pass. Over militarized states tend to go bust. They tend to go down the economic tube of history. And this is the fate that awaits Pakistan. All their so-called threats of bombing us back to the Stone Age, well, the simple fact is we fought the Kargil war for 3 months almost. And we didn't see one whiff of a nuclear bomb, one whiff of a nuke, because Pakistan knows that if it ever makes that dire mistake, it will cease to exist.
The Pakistani nuclear bomb.
It will cease to exist.
It's in the head.
Now give a chance.
You know, it is
I have heard them, but
one-fifth
give a chance to me.
No, I tell you one thing. Brigadier Nawaz, I'm in a good mood today. Brigadier Nawaz, I'll tell you, I'm in a good mood today. Everything I've been saying, today is such a great day. You know, I really need you to think, after all, before 1947, we were one country, weren't we? Look at you now. You know, today is such a great day, Sardar RP Singh. We've just announced the development of indigenous 2 to 18 age group vaccine. IMF has put out projections of 8.5%, the world's largest, fastest growing economy, now poised to hit the top 3 economies in the world. You know, employability, employment, job opportunities, foreign investments, going to go through the roof. It's going to go through the roof. And I want to tell you one thing, Brigadier Nawaz. I have a question for you. Listen to me. You said, first of all, your Prime Minister shouldn't go around saying, you know, Indians bombed us. Acha nahi lagta na, kuch. There's something called self-respect.
Okay,
then you said that we killed a crow. Koi nahi mara, sirf ek kawa mara. I want to ask you, agar ek kawa mara, why are you going around saying that a Pakistani crow was killed?
Okay,
Prime Minister's got nothing to do. He puts press releases against me, against Republic. He put out press releases against the Republic Media Network. Is he unemployed completely? I know that he's given his house on rent. But please tell me, why is he going around doing this? You become a laughing stock.
Okay.
Why are you doing this?
The reason is
Indians bombed us. Yes, we bombed you.
I'll tell you what we say. Even if you cross an inch in Pakistan territory, we'll take you to bomb Pakistan. 1. Second, you came in haste. You emptied your fuel tanks. And then you bombed and you just damaged 8 to 9 trees. And you killed a crow. And
we bombed you, yeah.
The whole world knows it.
We bombed you for fun.
Our Air Force,
we'll bomb you.
Air Force should be ashamed of your action. And then I don't know how you say this. Your pilot was captured. Then we returned you the message of peace. And then
he had a good time and came back.
What exactly happened?
He had a good time and came back.
What did Ayaz Siddiqui said? Do you remember what did Ayaz Siddiqui said in the parliament?
He had a good team.
He said your General Bajwa and Shah Mohammad Qureshi were sweating in their pants. They're sweating in their pants because they knew that there's a big attack coming. If you would have returned Abhinandan, then Pakistan would have been finished from the world map. You know that? We knew this, and that's why that very evening you returned Abhinandan. It's not me. It's not me, sir. It is your Pakistan senator on record saying so. Do you acknowledge your Pakistan senator or not? Do you accept what your parliamentarian says or not?
Your leadership
so we all know what happened. And as for all trees, yes. Sir,
okay, let me explain it to you. Now I'll get very serious on this.
How many graves you made?
I'd like to bring in Hamid Khan. I'd like to bring in Hamid into the debate, and I'll make the point. Now let's forget the jokes. Let me make a point. Let me Sardar Sahab. Let me take it from here. Sardar Sahab, let me take it from here. I welcome Faraz Saeed and Hamid, and I want to tell you one thing. See, Hamid, just listen to me for a while. Listen to me for a while. Okay? Listen to me.
Listening.
Yes, we bombed you. But we have not been the only ones. Pakistan is a country where anyone can go in at any point of time, target the enemy, kill them, eliminate them, and come back. And they will, because they do it to protect their own national security interests. You know, the Americans did it when you were keeping Osama in Abbottabad, next to your military academy. They went in, they hammered the living daylights out of you, they came back. They regularly hammered you with drones, you kept crying. The Indians went in. Yes, we have. Am I saying we didn't? We bombed you. We bombed you in Balakot. Yes, we went in with the surgical strikes in 2016. And we are going to do it again. And there is no problem there. You see, we will do it. You can't do anything. You have, and I know why you're doing this, Hamid. You're doing this because you're bankrupt. You want some money. So you need to increase this whole, this whole atmospherics around General Katos. What do they say? Nuclear flashpoint, right? Is a nuclear flashpoint. Please give us some money. There's a strategically unstable region where at any point of time the balance can be affected. Please give us some money. And the world is telling them tonight, right now, listen, you don't match India. You can keep crying about nuclear flashpoint. We throw one Agni Prime missile. We send our Rafale jets to you. We put our ICBMs, though it's a short distance. We don't really need the Agni 5. But we can bomb the living daylights out of you, and we can bomb it in multiple areas. We can strike you from space. That's the kind of technology that we are sitting on. And we can do it with precision. You can't match our technology, right? And we can sustain it for a considerable period of time. And the whole world is on our side. We have the balance. We're one of the world's largest economies. So you know what I'm telling you? I'd only say to you, Hamid, your Prime Minister must carry a little bit of personal swag when he's on foreign networks and stop crying that Indians bombed us. See, it just doesn't look good.
You understand? Now. Can I reply?
It doesn't look good, Hamid. It does not look good. And if you're having financial trouble, talk to us. Maybe we'll help you. But please don't go around whining, for God's sake, that the Indians bombed you. Nobody does that.
Arnab,
have some self-respect, some izzat. Yes, please.
Arnab, unfortunately, your government and your government and your policy making is all entirely driven by your media and fabricated stories which you keep telling to build a narrative, a certain narrative, because it is required by the BJP government at the moment.
Nobody's going to talk to you. Nobody's going to talk to you. The Americans are not talking to you. You're not getting appointments. You're writing letters to your ambassador in the US. You're writing letters to your ambassador in the US in which you're asking, why is the American president not giving Imran Khan time? Come on, it's a reality.
Okay. The reality is that the way you have been beaten in Afghanistan, you cannot handle that embarrassment. You are making the false flag operations in Kashmir. You are making the false flag, Muslims.
We don't give two hoots about Afghanistan, for God's sake. We are building our economy. We are building our capability. We are building our infrastructure. You all can go to hell.
Was performing.
We don't care. You have taken the responsibility of Afghanistan. Handle it.
Your economy was performing the worst in last 6 years. Congress is screaming for your all.
We are the world's fastest growing economy. Do you know what you are talking about? Do you know what you are talking about? Have you seen the projections? Have you seen the projections? Have you seen where we are going? We are the world's second largest manufacturing hub, and at the same time, we are the world's fastest growing economy. What are you talking about?
I have seen daily with my eyes. I have seen daily with my eyes. People sleep on the road. I have never seen in the world. Arnab, which country are you talking about? Either you don't live in India, or
your problem with you guys is, General Bakshi, please, this is...
Your half of population do not even have toilets. How can you say you are a growing economy? Half of your population do not even have access to the clean water.
I mean, I don't. It's repugnant to respond to you, General Bakshi. This whole business. I want to go to the man with the Superman T-shirt. That's what. I'll tell you one thing. Is that Munib? Is that Munib or Faraz with the Superman T-shirt? Who's that? I tell you one thing. That's the right thing you're wearing. Because your country needs Superman. Even Superman can't rescue your country. You know what? Even Superman can't rescue them. Even Superman can't rescue you, you know. You can wear the t-shirt
Just a fictional character.
to feel good.
Just a fictional character, Arnab. Superman is just a fictional character, just like you and Modi and the hype you're creating. Now, just if you allow me a moment of peace with all the guests here, let me read this statement by writers. And because obviously the world is not going to believe a statement by me or by you, because let's have a neutral statement here. And Reuters says the satellite images show buildings still standing at the Indian bombing site. Now, high-resolution satellite images reviewed by the Reuters show that a religious school run by the Jaish-e-Mohammed in northeastern Pakistan appears to be still standing days after India claimed its warplanes had hit the Islamist group's training camp on the site and killed a large number of militants. So I urge the Indian public to kindly research before you watch Arnab Goswami's channel or any other Pakistani or Indian media. Do some research and find the facts, because what you are claiming is, okay, partially true. Yes, you did enter Pakistan. Yes, you did bomb us. But the only thing you bombed us was pine trees and a wheat farm and killed one crow. And obviously, accept it. India is an economy. India is a growing economy. Yes, but at the same page, India is also the world's fastest deteriorating democracy. You have to accept these facts as well. Now, India is also famous worldwide as being the rapistan. Every 1 hour, 3 women in India are raped. Now, the claims that you have...
No, 1 sec. Let's go back to the issue. Munib, listen. Munib, I want to take you on point on what you just said. I want to take you on point on what you just said, and I have a counter for you. Munib, now here's the counter which I am coming to you with. Here's the counter which I am coming to you with, and I'll stay completely focused on the subject of the debate. I will not go left or right, and I'll focus on the subject of the debate. The following quote from February 2019, Munib, and I quote it for you. Pakistan Army, who is Asif Ghafoor? He holds some position, I believe. What is he? What is he, General Khatoj? Asif Ghafoor, commonly called Ghafoora. Who is he? Who's this Ghafoora?
Yeah, he used to be our DG ISI.
He's ISI chief, I presume?
Surprised you. And he is the same guy who offered...
Yeah, DG ISI. Okay. So Ghafoora says, Ghafoora says, and I quote, since you mentioned a fact, and by the way, it's not Reuters, it's Reuters. Not Reuters, that's the Pakistani pronunciation, it's Reuters. Thank you. And Ghafoora says,
all right,
you know, the Indian Army, they could have done so without crossing the LOC. They could have done so without crossing the LOC. Why did they have to cross the LOC? Now that's, I'm telling you, your ISI chief is complaining, why did the Indian Army, Indian Air Force have to cross the LOC? The Pakistani Prime Minister goes on a Middle Eastern television network and say they bombed us. What am I supposed to do when I put these two statements together? What does it mean?
Goswami,
that both your ISI chief
Indian Army
and your Prime Minister are admitting that there was a targeted attack? No, 1 minute. So there was a targeted attack. One. Okay? Second point is, understand the overall picture. You've done so, you've gone crying for a year and a half. Who cared? You know, that China is choosing to ignore you. You went to China, April 2020, you held your hand and you said, please can you urgently move for talking about the developments in Jammu and Kashmir, UN Security Council. You know what the Chinese did? Munib, the Chinese called the Indians.
No.
The Chinese called the Indians, General Khatoj, and said this is the Pakistani consideration, that they're asking us to stand with them. And General Khatoj, we told the Chinese, you want to do business with us. Big economy to big economy. Ignore these small countries, and the Chinese ignored it. And the Chinese ignored you. Now you keep crying after that, we've been bombed by India. I mean, General Khatoj, real politics doesn't work like that. Maybe you need to tell Munib that. Munib, real politics in the real world does not happen in the way that you conceive. You got lucky when you when you became a player via Afghanistan for a quarter of a century. You got yourself a role there. The world doesn't give a damn about Afghanistan, and Pakistan has taken guardianship of Afghanistan. Best of luck to you. We're moving on. General Khatoj, please tell him Please tell Munib, please tell Faraz it doesn't look good when the Prime Minister goes crying globally.
Okay, just a minute. I just want to give you a few points. Just a minute. Oh, just a minute.
Democracy of India.
You've had your say.
You have your time.
You had your say. Just wait a minute. Now listen. You spoke about Indian democracy. Coming from Pakistan, that's absolutely funny. I mean, Pakistan talking about democracy. Do you even know how to spell the word? So leave it, right? Today, Bangladesh, which has split from you, that has got good democracy. They were half your economy when they split, and today they are twice your size. So stop talking about these things. Number two, India has got absolutely no reason or desire to destroy Pakistan. You are doing a bloody good job yourself, and you are destroying yourself. So don't put the onus on us. Your military is doing it. Your military is living on the blood of the common Pakistani, and so is your entire administration. You need to get your act in order. The Chinese are humiliating you. You take that lying down. You haven't uttered a word about the atrocities on the Uyghur Muslims, which is being carried out in Xinjiang. And then you say that is tranquility. Come on.
The Chinese did humiliate Indian soldiers apparently.
The coffee.
They did.
You need
to Faraz.
Don't talk about our democracy. We are a great country. We don't have to talk about Pakistan. You are irrelevant to the entire conversation as of now.
Is this democracy to kill your own people, minorities? Is this your democracy that you kill your people?
We have not killed any minorities. Where
what the hell
are the Hindus of Pakistan?
I think you should be ashamed of yourself.
Where are the Hindus of Pakistan?
You should be ashamed of yourself. You kill Hindus.
What have you done to the Ahmadis?
You kill Christians. You kill Muslims. And what the hell you have been doing?
There are no Muslims killed.
I think you should be not talking like this.
You are looking at your own propaganda. Stop it.
You think you people are shameless. Your army is untrained.
You are a liar.
You cannot kill.
Liars.
You came. You bombed.
You are the people who killed millions of Muslims.
And you killed only one tree. You killed only one crow. That's what is your force of the army.
Who killed the Muslims in Bangladesh? Who raped the women? It was your army.
You were the one.
It was your army. You are covered, and your army is not fit to fight.
Now you don't never dare it. If you ever dare it,
don't worry. You have done it. You will destroy yourselves.
We have a better
Jal Bakshi on the left. Jal Bakshi.
You have never fought it. What the hell are you talking? You never dared to look toward Pakistan. You came to Pakistan and we sorted you out. You lost.
And what the hell are you talking about? Brigadier Harris Nawaz, what the hell are you talking about? You've seen a 30% reduction in your FDI. Your economy is a joke. You're bankrupt. You're using this nuclear card to get a little money on loan. You're using this to get a little money on loan. The Americans are not talking to you. Even Blinken is not acknowledging you. Even Blinken is unwilling to meet Imran Khan. Okay, please.
We are not food. We are a self-sovereign country and we rely around.
We've heard you. We have heard you, Brigadier Nawaz. Now let me have my say. Thank you. Thank you. You know, Arnab, when they were bombed in Balakot, for 22 months, they kept quiet. That was the time, you will recall, that we had done away with Article 370, 35A, thrown it out of the window. They could do nothing. They just whined and complained, but they dare not lift a finger. They were so shaken. So, let's be very honest about it, Brigadier Nawaz. Why were you quiet for 22 months? If only a crow had been killed. I hope you didn't have that crow for dinner. That dead crow that you keep talking about. Because you keep crowing about it.
Yes, they ate
you keep
crow.
crowing about a crow.
Quite literally, they ate
But the fact of the matter is, for 22 months, they ate crow, Arnab.
No, they were eating crow,
22 months they were quiet.
They were
It
eating
took
crow.
China to come into Ladakh to push them to try and start terrorism again. It's another
General
matter
Bakshi,
that
with all due
they're
respect.
higher than the mountains, deeper than the seas.
General Bakshi, with all due respect, 22 months later, my Prime Minister comes on a TV interview, gives an interview. He talks about a sick child in Asia, which never stops warmongering, which is destabilizing the peace of this region. That is why my Prime Minister has expressed his concern. And when we come and when we talk about Balakot incident, why are we cherry picking?
Peace of the region, my boy. Peace of the region. Do you realize what you are saying? How ill it suits you, the word peace. You are a nuisance to each and every one of your neighbors. You are a nuisance.
General Bakshi,
you are
isn't
a
it
pain
a
in the neck
fact?
for Afghanistan. You are a pain
As
for Iran.
as a democratic
you
country,
are a pain for India.
as
you
a
are a pain
Westphalian,
for Bangladesh. You are a pain for Sri Lanka and Nepal. Did they
General
all
Bakshi,
not
22
refuse
months
to
ago,
send
you
their home
violated
minister
our
when you were
airspace.
wanting to hold
violated
the
our
SAARC
airspace.
conference? 22 months you kept
you
quiet.
destroyed, you
And
killed
the
our
only
10
thing is that
trees.
we have to now repeat that lesson
You
again
killed-
to keep you quiet for another 20 months.
You killed our
And
trees.
we will do so.
Our trees were killed, General
We
Bakshi.
will do so, my boy.
Our trees
We
were killed.
will.
But you see,
You
one
can
thing
eat
happened.
that crow, yeah? You've
Pakistan,
been talking of a crow, you can eat
General
that
Bakshi,
crow.
Pakistan
As it is,
retaliated.
You eat crow all the while.
Your pilot,
The simple fact
your
is,
pilot was in our
the simple
control.
fact is,
He had a tea, and he said it was a wonderful tea.
The fear of
Hasn't he
God
told his Indian
was put
counterparts
into you.
the tea was fantastic?
I think your attempt at
nuclear
Faraz, I'll tell you one thing. Faraz, I'll tell you one thing. Listen, Faraz, I'll tell you one thing. Faraz, it's very laughable, sitting in the middle of there.
Give me a
in
minute.
the middle of, where are you? Yeah, Islamabad. He tried to make a slight reference, Brigadier Dhruv Katoch, Westphalian democracy. A Pakistani talking about the principles of sovereignty. Listen, Faraz, it didn't work. We'll talk again. Things have changed, right? I'm going to send you some material on India's outlook for 2020, right? Let's all become very mature. The gap between your country and ours is now too much, just too much. But at least in terms of self-respect, please tell Imran Khan not to do this. He cries and makes a spectacle of himself. We don't like looking at a leader like that. If you've lost your way, ask us for help, we might help you. That's your only way out now. The Chinese are not going to help you, we're talking to them. The Americans are not going to help you, you're on your own with the Taliban. Thank you.